Welcome back, folks, to the Via Pinstriping page. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. So today we're going to do a little bit of an experiment to see about dry times with paint if you were to add some Japan dryer, and then we'll see how long and how it affects the paint if you add some hardener. And then we're going to add some Japan dryer and hardener to some paint here and see what the difference is 15 minutes from now, 30 minutes from now, and 1 hour from now. So basically what I did was I filled each one of these cups somewhat the same with some one-shot. This is one-shot Sublime Green. I am going to be using the Bobo Super Quad, if I can find it. Bobo Super Quad #1 Mac, if I can get that thing in focus, and Japan dryer, which is this stuff. I believe I bought that at Lowe's, so I got that hardware store. And some hardener, which I got at another random hardware store. I think I got this at like a Tractor Supply company, which, you know, there might be better hardeners out there, but I go for what's readily available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how much hardener and whatnot I'm going to put in these. This may be multiple parts, this video. If I can figure out a way to edit together, I'll try to do that. So this is my Japan dryer. I keep it in a little Tiger Balm container just to make it easier. And there I marked how much I'm going to get. So to me that's a decent amount. And somebody on YouTube here suggested using a straw to get it out, which is a pretty damn good idea. I'm going to just drop that in there. So that's just the Japan dryer. And then I'm going to put some in this cup, which is also going to have hardener. It's going to be Japan dryer and hardener. So I'm done with that. Close the lid. Now I have my hardener here, which I use the this little screw that Alpha 6 company makes, and it has actually maintained the hardener in there without drying out. So this has been handy. See a little screw there. Alpha 6 Corporation makes those. You could find them online. So I'm gonna try to add a few drops of hardener. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5. Alright, that's just hardener. And this is hardener and Japan dryer mixed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So let me close that back up, and let's hope it keeps working and maintains my stuff from drying. Which I think the last time I used it was for that, it's like a Lincoln town car. I did the windows. So now we got to mix in this Japan dryer. Which I think, honestly, I would put a little, I'd probably put double that amount. So I'm going to put double because I'm going to go by what I would normally do. So I'm going to put just a little bit more just to ensure a quick dry time. So there's another squirt there and another squirt there. That way we can really make sure it dries up on us. So let's mix that in. It's my Japan dryer only. Now keep in mind that's straight paint there. This is just Japan dryer. This is going to be hardener. I'm going to grab a different popsicle stick. This is just hardener. There will be some links in the description below with the materials that I'm using. So, if in case anybody wants to buy some of this stuff, you can find them in the links, and I do get a small commission of anything you purchase through them links. So feel free to buy your big screen TVs and such through there if you'd like. So this is my hardener and Japan dryer. This is the good stuff. Give that a good mix. Right. So let me get my Bobo Super Quad, which I've already cleaned off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to palette as I normally would here. You cannot see, but I am going to reduce with a little bit of mineral spirits. That way I sort of get a similar consistency that I would normally get if I was using this brush, which I haven't used in over 2 or 3 years. It's just not my jam, but I figured let's mix it up a little bit this time. Alright, so I'm just going to make some teardrop shapes, and we're going to make a fat one here. This is straight paint. Right. We're going to do one here for the 30-minute mark. And then we're going to do one here for the 1 hour mark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to smear these. 15 minutes from now, I'm going to try to smear that paint and see what happens. Alright, so let me wipe this off. Take off that paint there. Clean off the brush a little. Now I'm going to go for the paint with Japan dryer. Now that, because of the Japan dryer, is a little bit already a little bit somewhat more reduced feeling, but I am going to use a little bit of reducer. So just because of the extra liquid, it made it a little bit looser. So now it feels about the consistency that I want. So we're going to do a sort of a teardrop shape for the 15-minute mark. Little teardrop shape for the 30-minute mark, and a little teardrop shape for the 1 hour mark. Right, next I'm wiping off the paint in between so I don't have to contaminate my mineral spirits too much, and makes the mineral spirits last a little bit longer. I'm unsure where I saw that, probably somewhere on YouTube. Alright, now this is the hardener. This is paint with hardener. Hardener only. Now I'm going to palette that. Now keep in mind, when you use Japan dryer and hardener, it does start to dry up a little bit faster. So you might want to work it more than you normally would. Maybe mix it in the cup a few times while you're working, if in case you decide to use it. And it is a good idea to use it if you want the paint to last on something outdoors or something that's going to be handled a lot. So 15-minute mark for the hardener, 30-minute mark for the hardener, 1 hour mark for the hardener. Now, I don't know if you could tell, but the shape of this brush is kind of funky. See that tip? I don't know if it's losing hairs over the years, but that is a little funny there. Probably needs a little trimming. Alright, moving on. Let's wipe off this paint. Right, clean that off. Now, Japan dryer and hardener mixed. This is probably I'm betting is going to be the quickest drying one. So I'm going to palette that a little bit. Get a little reducing going. And let's put these down. So 15-minute mark for the mixture, the concoction. 30-minute mark. And 1 hour. Alright, so those are my little teardrop shapes. Again, Babo Super Quad from MAC. I believe it's synthetic hair. So what we're gonna do is, right now it is 4:35 or so my high-end Casio says, but I have a really crappy old timer here. We're gonna use that thing. Set it for about 15 minutes, and I'll be back and we'll see if I could smear any of this paint in the 15-minute mark, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. All right, bye-bye.